What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of the A&H Show, Bahrain's first and only business and marketing podcast with your host, Husaini and your co-host,
Abeer Husaini.
Now, this show is brought to you by Gladys. Increase your profit margins by giving amazing drinks with the best recipes at your new restaurant. So, on this show today, we are going to start off by talking about marketing. Now, we are going to be getting into much more details of, specific industry things in the next episodes to come. But we want to start it off. Abeer, why marketing?
A lot of people keep on asking this question, why marketing? And I always have this laughter at the back of my head. I always imagine marketing as the heart of any company. And if there isn't heart, there isn't body. You're actually a walking dead. And no matter how big or small the company is, if there is no marketing for it, then it's not actually pumping. And if it's not pumping, it's surely gonna slowly die out. And that's why marketing is important, because it's literally the heart of any organization.
Okay, so that was a nice biology lesson there. So basically, marketing. We've now been working in the marketing industry for the last 12 years?
Almost, yes, maybe more. If you will count Australia days, then it's more.
Okay. For those of you who don't actually know, so H2M was established 12 years ago, right?
10. It's actually 10 years. Okay. 2010 to 2020, and that's why you don't ask him about numbers.
No, that is true. I'm terrible. Don't ask me to remember your birthday, your anniversary day, nothing. I'll never remember any of that. But the whole point is that we've worked with hundreds of clients over that time. What do you think? I mean, interestingly, when we started, there was only Twitter and Facebook at that time. And a lot has evolved in such a short space of time.
Did you remember High Five?
High Five, wow. That
was around.
but that wasn't even a marketing
tool. No, it wasn't a marketing tool.
Just simple social media. So with the introduction of all these new platforms now, and everyone being on social media, why should someone come to a marketing agency for that anyway? And what strategy should someone have for their own brand when it comes to social media?
Well, it depends on the type of business. Obviously, you can't have a strategy that fits all. So depending on the industry, the type of product, whether it's a product or service, how different are you from the different products or services in the market? What are you offering your market? A lot of questions goes into actually putting a strategy together. So it's not a simple answer.
Absolutely.
And it's not a unified strategy. It never is. Every client, every service, every organization have their own strategies that keeps also evolving. So it's not one strategy, you do it, forget it, and then come back to it after 10 years and try to use it. That won't work.
Absolutely. What do you think is the biggest mistake that people make in their social media marketing or just their marketing in general? And by the way, the funny thing is, before we used to have traditional marketing versus digital marketing. And what I say today is that there's no such thing. Digital marketing is marketing today.
Yeah.
When's the last time, anyone came to you for a billboard or a magazine or any of these above the line? Remember those used to be above the line, below the line, being in the middle of the line. Now it's just digital marketing. So what do you think is the biggest mistake people make when doing their online marketing?
Randomness.
Randomness?
Yeah.
In what sense?
They manage their account in complete randomness. There is no strategy, there is no target, there is no focus, there is nothing. It's just content, pretty content, let's say. They might add or spend 10 hours trying to get one post which looks pretty, forgetting the point of this content or this post. And then they put it out there and there is no result. It looks amazing. I'm going to look at it. Oh, wow, how pretty image. And then I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
But where is the strategy? Zero. There isn't a strategy. What did I get out of it? Nothing. What did they get out of it as a business? Nothing. They just spent money on nice photography, nice designs, nice this and that, but no revenue generation after this point.
Yeah. See, the big thing is yesterday, actually, I had a friend I was speaking to, and he has a restaurant.
Okay.
And I was asking him how the restaurant is going. He's like, look, I need to increase my sales right now. We're barely breaking even, and sometimes we're not breaking even. And so I asked him the question. I said, well, how much are you spending on sponsored ads every month? And he's like, well, sometimes $5, sometimes
for a month,
per day, right? But sometimes he's like, but the thing is, I have nothing to special to post. Now, when he actually said that, I was like, well, this is exactly why what I think one of the big problems are in the market, right? So everyone thinks they need to have something special to post, meaning it's a special offer, or it's some, a new item or something exciting. And I'm like, well, if you're not breaking even yet, I never heard of the restaurant unless I heard it from him because it's his place. And I'm sure I don't want to mention names on the show, you probably have not heard of this restaurant. I'm like, well, you have an awareness problem, bro. Before you even think about anything special, if you take the marketing life cycle, right? So AIDA, awareness, interest, desire, and then action.
Yeah.
So if there's a lack of awareness, don't you think that is the first place to begin?
Maybe once upon a time he had awareness, and
It's a
he
new place.
assumed, even worse.
It's like 4 or 5 months old.
Okay. So with old places, and I'm going to just go back to a point and come back to yours. With old places, we need to continue reminding people that we exist. Why is that? Because we're bombarded with information, left, right, and bombarded.
Flooded.
It's like war of information.
Flooded.
We're not. It's just a war.
Okay.
Okay. And so you need to actually fight to keep that memory in the mind of your customers.
Yeah.
Now, this is an old place that I'm familiar with, that I've been to 20 times.
Yeah.
Now, even more. Now, imagine a new place that's just starting in the market. If you're not investing in the awareness, what are you investing in? Now, you don't have to have something special to talk about. Now, let's simplify this. Let's look at professional movie production, a Hollywood movie, and let's look at reality TV. Which one do you relate to more?
Reality TV.
What are they doing?
Things that we do. Like things I can relate to.
What are they putting on show? Their story.
Absolutely.
Their daily lives. Their whatever they do, the passion that they have, the experiences that they have, whether it's bad, good. It's just them being themselves with a bit of drama.
Yes.
But let's forget the drama.
Yes.
Now, this is the same with social media. It doesn't have to be a Hollywood production.
Yep.
It just has to be you telling the story of you to your customers, to your followers, and showing them the inner side of you as a business.
Absolutely. And it's what I always say. Facts tell, but stories sell, right? And the thing is, the problem is, right, when I look at a lot of accounts around, we're not going to mention names, right? And everyone's in this mindset that it's like everything is feature benefit, or there's a special offer, or I'm selling this, please buy that. And, there is no storytelling involved, right? And marketing, to me, whether it's online or offline, doesn't matter. It is the art of seduction, right? How are you going to get interest or desire without having a level of romance in your marketing? So let's say, for example, since the show is brought to you by Gladys by Farmer Food.
Cheers, Hussain.
Cheers.
Hey, you have a coffee. Why are you cheering me with this?
It's Gladys by Farmer Food.
Your coffee is Gladys too.
Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, so let's say we were marketing Gladys by Farmer Food. He made sure I'd say by Farmer Food.
By Farmer Food.
So by Farmer Food. What would you do in order to market this brand? Now, I'm guessing, I don't know how long it's been in the market for. Obviously, we have a B2B case and a B2C case, right?
Yeah.
So he's selling to businesses and he's selling directly to consumers.
No.
What would your strategy be to take this to market?
Okay, first of all, if you're talking about B2B, B2B is a completely different game than it is B2C. Now, B2B, they know what they're going to use this. They're familiar with this product. They know what this product can do because they have their own recipes and they know this is a syrup to make beautiful drinks. Now, the way to market it is finding what's special about this brand in comparison to the competition. Now, from experience and from what I know about it, it's actually a high quality product with cheaper prices in comparison to the competition.
Okay.
Any business would love to cut costs.
Okay.
Especially if they're not cutting on quality.
Yeah.
So this is the great selling point when it comes to Gladys by Pharma Food.
This is on the B2B side.
B2B side.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to B2C, what you need to explain to the user, to the end user, first of all, what are those beautiful, colorful bottles?
Okay.
They're syrups. What do these syrups do? They make nice drinks. Okay, but B2C, now the customer can't imagine how to use these.
Yeah.
They might.
By the way, I've tried making drinks many times. On the business side, guys, that you can't always win on price, right?
No.
And you don't want to be going into a price war in the market because
It's not price war. I said if the quality is the same.
No, absolutely. I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying
Obviously, there is a long list. I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you.
no. Of course, we have to. We disagree on everything, but I'm not disagreeing on this point.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just making a point.
No, so these are, by the way, as a product, it is cheaper with a better taste. But I'm saying you are going to get in a situation where your product is not the cheapest in the market.
No, but then it goes to service, it goes to adding benefits, it goes to the way you treat your customer. There is a deep conversation which we will leave for another episode, Hussain.
Absolutely. So I'm saying price is not always the number one mover in a market. And the thing is, it's all about value, right? And what really is good value? That is when the benefit of a product outweighs the price tenfold, right?
Yeah.
Then you've got massive value, and it doesn't matter what the actual price is. And that value, that benefit is the benefit in his mind.
True.
Right?
And value from a person to a person or company to a company also differs, and that's why the market is open for everybody.
Exactly. So when we're talking about the consumer side, for example, right? And I always talk about, making that emotional connection, right? Mm-hmm. Sure, you absolutely nailed it. I have no idea how to mix these things to make a great looking cocktail. So, seeing the recipes definitely helps. But I want to take this a step further, right? Because it's all about storytelling and engaging at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So I want to relate. When is it I want to have usually cocktails are like symbolic of good times.
True,
right?
Parties, inviting people over, gatherings.
Exactly. So
Ramadan,
maybe, yeah. And then like a hot summer day, right?
Yeah, by the pool, by the beach.
Exactly. So that.
I wonder, can you make ice creams out of them?
I have no idea.
But I think you can, because you can turn it into like a solid. You know the icy ice creams?
Yeah.
There you go, Gladys. I brought you. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, I brought you a new idea on how to use this drink.
Exactly.
Syrup. No drink.
So there you go. Make ice creams out of them. It's all about that thirst quenching moment in the middle of a hot summer day when you're trying to celebrate that winning victory with your friends.
How many ice cubes would you put in your drink?
4?
To have a good time. Because you said an icy, quenching.
Yeah. That is the point, right? So
you made me imagine a glass. See?
Exactly. And that is what marketing should be about.
I know. And that's why I'm asking you, how did you imagine your glass to be? How many cubes of ice?
4 cubes of ice.
Interesting
in a
number.
cold, colorful glass.
Okay.
But so this is what I'm talking about, right? So when it comes to marketing, now, you don't need to be focused on a offer.
No.
In this country, everyone's very offer orientated.
Which is wrong. It devalues your product.
Absolutely. And the number one thing, and I'm going to have to say this, is that this misconception in the market where even the clients think this and everyone thinks this, like, Bahrainis only care about a discount. Bahrainis only care about... What did they say? Cheap and strong, but in Arabic.
Yeah. But that's, I don't know where they bring that from.
Yeah.
People who are looking for an offer are offer orientated. Whether you have this offer today, they're not your loyal customers.
Yeah.
So if this brand has an offer today, I'm going to go buy from it. 1 day, 2 days later, another brand having an offer, I'm going to go buy from it. But I'm not loyal to your brand. But if you show value to your customers, if you show them how you can make their lives better, how to enjoy your product or service more, they will be loyal customers. Now, a loyal customer will not leave you because there is an offer somewhere else, because they believe in you, they believe in the quality of your brand, they believe in the value you add to their lives. So no amount of offers somewhere else will actually make them leave your company and start dealing with somebody else. So what you need to do is not create more and more offers, is you need to build a relationship between you and your consumers.
Absolutely. It's all about instilling brand values in order to drive brand loyalty and to have that quality in their mind about your product. And an offer can be very useful when used occasionally in order to trigger a rush or get people who haven't tried it for a while to re-engage them.
True.
And an offer really is a hook to get people to try a product again in order to turn them into full paying customers, not to keep them only that occasional time when you have a discount.
Now, I am a candle addict, and around the house I've got candles everywhere. And
sounds like a spa.
Yes, actually it is. Okay. But my point was, those candles run out quickly because I use them a lot, and they're not cheap to start with.
Yeah.
But do I wait until there is an offer to go buy them? No, I actually buy them. But when there is an offer, I go crazy. I store.
You stock up.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, they don't last long, but it's the having an offer from a brand that you're loyal to only adds a smile on your face.
Absolutely.
But it does not make you more loyal to them.
Exactly.
Because regardless if I'm convinced that this is the best quality candle, for example, because of the scent, how long it lasts for, the way it looks like, these are all things that I look at when simple thing, it's a candle, I know.
Yeah.
But there are so many elements that differ from a brand to another.
Yeah.
And once you find that brand that suits you, then you're going to buy it regardless of offer or not.
Exactly. And look, so coming back to this friend, so what I was telling him, it's like, it doesn't matter if you have a new item on your menu.
No.
Or the Instagrammable menu items. We'll talk about that in another episode.
And as a restaurant, you need to please introduce new items at least 4 or 5 months, because people get bored of your food every day.
Instagrammable menu items. Yeah, no matter how much you love something, you're not going to eat
bored.
the same place
No, you
all
can't.
the time.
They need to spice it up. They need to introduce, special items, remove them, bring back new items.
And do you know what? You actually run a risk. If the same customer comes to your restaurant every day, you think it's a good thing? No, he's going to get sick of it for life because he's over.
And this happens. And this happens.
Like, there's many places I don't visit anymore because I just had it too much in my life.
Sure.
Right? But the thing is, like, when he's talking about his items, I'm focusing on marketing here, right? And I'm like, look, you don't need to have a special offer. You have an awareness problem.
Yeah.
Now, so you obviously need to run sponsored ads.
True.
But what are you going to do with your sponsored ad? The thing is, what people need to understand is that the job of an ad is to just stop you on your tracks. So as you're scrolling the feed, the image, the video, whatever you're using, the only job it has
grab
your attention and stop you from scrolling. And then the job of the image, once it's stopped you, is to lead you to the caption, the description.
Because you're interested, you want to know more, and you're going to start reading. And you might be very kind and nice and click on the Instagram account name and actually visit their page.
Exactly, because the job of an ad is to sell the click. And that click has to have a call to action, whether it's follow the account, whether it's call the place, whether it's visit the place, whether it's go to their website, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, right? There has to be an objective behind everything you do. So I was like, look, at the end of the day, tell me about your restaurant. Okay, so he's like, we do grills and like special fishes and all this stuff. I'm like, great.
Okay.
So what is so special about it? And he'll say nothing, right? Typical mindset. There's always something special, right?
Yes,
and
there is.
I was like, I found out about the name of the place. Why is it called this name? Like, what is the story behind this name? Oh, it's a father's name, right?
Okay.
I'm like, great. So really, you're talking about those family recipes handed down generation to generation.
And you say there isn't something special about it.
In order to try. Well, no, I'm saying, I was trying to explain to him from a marketing point of view. You need to find out.
Exactly.
It's not about lying. It's about taking what it is and knowing how to bring it forward in a very seductive manner to grab that attention.
And, people should understand, or this specific person needs to understand that normally people prefer to eat food that's cooked at home, cooked with love, cooked with homemade recipes. And when we talk about food that has value, it's always not the fast food rubbish that we eat. It's not the frozen food that we eat. It's actually the homemade organic food. So if these recipes have been handed over from generation to another generation, then this is what's the strongest selling
the
point.
number one thing, right? And then because if someone describes that to you, then you're like, wow,
I want to try it.
If your ad does not make you think, oh my God, I need this right now, I need to try it, or at least grabs my attention, I'll remember the name, I want to think about it, I want to share it, then I'm sorry, but you're just sort of wasting your money doing ads. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't, I get it when you're doing your daily post, but even your daily posts need to have a result in mind. But then to spend on ads means you're investing.
True.
And if you're investing and you're not getting a return on investment, then that's just a cost.
It is. But I need to say something. Yeah. I actually like this, prospect client of yours, because he at least put his hand up and asked somebody who knows in the industry.
Yeah.
Now, how many cases do you know of that they go off by themselves, not knowing anything about marketing, not knowing anything about sponsor ads, not knowing anything about advertising online? They do it, they spend like $200-300, and then they say, oh, it didn't do anything to me. It doesn't work. And it actually works, but you did it in the wrong way. And what they do is they will go all in $3,000 per month for 1 month and then die.
Do you know that?
That does not work.
You know, the funniest thing about that is, it's like, I wouldn't walk into a doctor's office and say, hey, let me treat the patient.
Yeah.
Right? But the doctor somehow thinks, I will do the marketing myself.
True.
You know, where that's a profession.
Oh my God.
You see, you think about it like that. I wouldn't go into a restaurant and be like, yo, let me make that dish for you. I know how to cook it better than you.
No, you don't.
But then you'd expect the chef to be like, oh no, I'm going to do the marketing. And then he doesn't get the results, just like I wouldn't make a great recipe when I'm cooking at home.
True.
And then they wonder what the problem is.
And if you actually went to a doctor's clinic and he asked you, what can I do for you today? You just look at him and go, really? Like, if I knew what I supposed to do today, I wouldn't be sitting in front of your ass paying. Sorry.
So the thing is, just because something's easily accessible, as in, yeah, you can do a post yourself, you can take a picture, you can run an ad, but there's a whole science involved that's being missed. And in a business, by the way, I don't care how good a business is. If
no, I don't
marketing's
either.
bad, if the sales is not there, it just won't last.
And not just that, even if they're doing the best they can today without their marketing. And there are businesses who have been passed on through the generations and they're doing really well without spending a penny on marketing.
Yep.
Now, this is talking about the old market that we had.
Yep.
It was all based on relationships.
Yes.
What's going to happen now today? I'm sorry for the very hurtful truth. Is your
sorry?
Connection.
Don't you like hurting people?
I love it, but I'm not going to say that.
Okay. Go on.
Those connections are going out of market slowly.
Yes.
New blood is entering the market. They are spending on their marketing. When somebody enters the market as a new, fresh money machine to spend, which is ready to spend, because they are trying to build their empire, who are they going to deal with? This dinosaur company that nobody knows about unless they are a dinosaur that have been in the market for 30, 40 years, or this company that's spending on their marketing. They have the awareness out there, they have the reputation, they have cool things happening. Of course, I'm going to pick somebody who I know of, which is this cool new company. So what's going to happen to this dinosaur company here? It's going to slowly die out of customers, not because they're bad, not because their quality doesn't exist, not because they don't know what they're doing. They know everything and they might have more experience than this company here. But me as a newcomer into the market, I have no idea who they are, but I found out these people. So I'm going to spend my money with them. And year after year, year after year, 10 years down the line, you have hanged your company to bankruptcy.
Perfect point, Abeer. And just to finalize on this then, so...
I'm still dead from bankruptcy.
You're still dead. do you know what it is?
What?
It's like, I've met a lot of businesses like this, right? Your traditional businesses, or even new businesses, let's say they're doing well,
Okay.
right? And most of these guys were doing well before COVID, right? And then COVID had that impact. But if we remove COVID aside, let's say you are doing well.
All
and
right.
your business is all based on referrals,
Okay.
word of mouth. Like everyone knows who we are. We don't need to do any marketing. It's like they're holding that as some sort of badge or medal of honor, right? That, oh, I don't need to do any marketing because I've got so much business. Well, my question is,
How
do
long?
you not want more business? No, it's not even how long. Let's say you can sustain it. But it's
You
like,
won't be able to.
but
And I
I'm
will
saying-
give
but I'm saying,
you.
let me just finish this point.
Okay,
I'm like,
fine.
even if you can sustain it,
Yeah.
even if you can continue at this level,
You
are
won't.
you trying to say you don't want to go to this level? And
No.
that's it, you've reached the peak?
No, of course you want to go. Nobody wants not to grow their
So
business.
so it's like if you're doing well, spend more to do better.
Of course.
If you're doing bad, spend more to do okay. If you're doing okay, spend more to do better. If you're doing better, spend more to do the best. There is no honor in not advertising.
And there isn't a business that does not want to grow and a business that doesn't want to make more money,
Well, that's the way
regardless.
they talk. It's as if they don't want to grow anymore. Like,
No.
everyone knows us. We don't need to do ads.
You
Like,
see-
they're so proud. Like, no, that's nothing to be proud about.
And
You could be doing better.
even if you're not advertising for the sake of advertising to bring in money, you need to spread this awareness about your company. Now, why do we call tissue?
Pretty nice.
Till today.
Branded.
Till today.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, why? Why do we call the vacuum cleaner or vacuum water?
Hoover.
Exactly. Like, these are brands that actually spent on their awareness. And until today, it became a human nature to just call things by a brand name. Wouldn't you want this satisfaction?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone calls websites H2M now, don't they?
Yeah, of course I do.
All right.
H2M Hussaini.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up here for today.
We will.
We would love to hear any comments, any ideas that you guys have. And if you have any questions, though, anything you'd like us to cover, we'll cover it in the next episode. Now, till then, have a Gladys by Farmer Foods. Cheers.
Cheers.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.